Uh, this is this is the part 2 of building tutorial sites or documentation sites or dev portal using Antora. So we looked into the site, how to build. One important thing which I want to also share is once you publish the site and site gets bundled, we saw a preview site which was running locally. We can just also check this same because this will also appear in GitHub Pages. So to get into GitHub Pages, you have to put your project name github.io and the name of the repo. This is the path by default which will be hosting your GitHub Pages. So just a minute, let me go to the GitHub Pages. GitHub is not spelled properly, that's why we didn't got the right page. Then MicroProfile tutorial, so hyphen tutorial hyphen UI. So now the same documentation site should be available, and this is publicly available. So this is MicroProfile bundle which is available, and you have here the download, you have here the dark and light mode. So everything is as expected, and we verified our publishing of the GitHub pages as well, and then these links are definitely working, and fonts and color scheme icons are as per our branding guidelines. There's this navigation also, so these all details are coming from the YAML file which I showed. So this is something interesting. You can have multiple components and different versions of all these components. All these also added to your documentation site. But yes, we don't need all the features, but yes, this is very feature rich documentation framework or static site generator. Now let's move on. So let's build the real tutorial site. So here we have the readme file. We saw the tutorial theme. So this is the creation of a theme for your tutorial site. So this is step 1. Step 2 is you write the content in ASCII doc. So I have this content in another repository, this time just MicroProfile tutorial, and within this I have structured the content in modules/root, and in this we have pages. You have all the assets. Assets are let me take you to the folder structure. These are the assets which are used by the Antora itself. For example, favicon. So some assets are this is the source code for various images which were used in this particular tutorial. And then you have pages. Pages are the ASCII doc documentation written in the markup language, which is ASCII doc. So if you look into this is the preview, so you are seeing the formatting, but actual documentation is written in ASCII doc. So you see this is the markup which will instruct various formatting, and then GitHub has ASCII doc viewer, so you can create readme files in ASCII doc as well. ASCII doc has the extension which is .adoc. This is very similar to Markdown, and this is even more feature rich markup language than Markdown, and yes, it's easy to learn. So ASCII doc also has a site which you can refer And this will be, yeah, if you want to learn about ASCII-Doc, then this is the site which you should visit. And then you should create the documentation, your tutorial, development documentation, whatever you want to create. You can write in ASCII-Doc format. And once you have all the content ready, so we have the site metadata or the structure of the site. So I'm coming here again to the root of the module. In the root of the module, you see here Antora.yaml. This is the file which will specify the tutorial and the root path and various start page, nav, where is the navigation bar. This is about the structure of your site. And then we have an assembler as well. Assembler will be used for building the site. So it has title, URL, various other properties of the start page, keys, content, what is the theme to be used. So basically this is assembling the site, and then ASCII-Doc and various other configuration which has to be kept in your documentation site. Also there is a PDF download, so there is a link to PDF file also. Then I have used an extension which is Lunar extension, PDF extension. So these are the two extensions which I'm using. Lunar extension is for searching. You can search by various keywords. It makes documentation site very easy to navigate and very friendly for developers. And PDF is also very useful because your audience can download the PDF and then view it offline, even when they are traveling and not connected. They can kind of view it offline. So this is about the important files. So as you see, this is very easy and simple to build. Everything is documented well in these two sites, ASCII-Doc site and the Antora site. And there are some examples as well which you can refer. For example, you can refer this MicroProfile tutorial which I have created as an example, and if you are building your own site, then that could be useful, and you can modify this as an open source project. Now next thing is so let's build the site. So I'm just going to again code space, launching a code space. Here again we will have all the tools, required tools installed. So it's loading, it's preparing. It should take less than a minute to get the code space ready. I'll close all these files which I was just working previously, so that's why these are open. But what's important is about building our site. So this is the content, and here I have again mentioned these links, which is ASCII-Doc. Then there is Antora.org. These are the two important references. Then there are content, and each of the content had subtopics. So this is described here. Let me open in the preview tab. So Visual Studio Code provides a good extension, which is ASCII-Doc extension, which can help you preview the site content very easily. So let me close this because we have this preview. So you see it is giving a nice preview of our formatting, so you can work on your documents here, and automatically the preview will be generated on the right side. Right, so you see here the preview is there, and there is, I have put this, so this is some documentation about what are the various chapters. So here we can navigate on the left side better, and then automatically we'll get navigation on the right side. So here there is a learning path. So you have foundations, which is chapter 1 to 3, then you have the APIs, and then we have advanced patterns, and then we have various chapter 11, all the microservices. So then we have some prerequisite for this tutorial. Then there is some getting started content. So the way you should work is you should clone the repository, and then you should go to chapter 2 to do the environment setup. Okay, so this is all about the tutorial content. So this is nothing to do with the building of documentation site. Now to build the documentation site, we should have some other folder where we have this so I'm within the folder code. This is my index file. So I have a dev container here. So I have to go to the main branch to get all the, so let me just say git checkout main. Okay, so just double checking if there are any local changes. Okay, there are minor changes, so let me stash these changes, because in the current there were few minor changes in the documentation and additional content, etc. So let me stash all these changes so that these don't get lost when I check out. Now I check out main. Okay, so it got closed automatically. Let me start again. So as you see, we were in the code branch. There were some minor changes. Let me take some other other branch. Okay, I have few running, so I should close the code space. So yeah, I'm closing my already running code spaces so that we have possibility to start another code space. Yeah, so as you see here, I have the list of code spaces. Note down this URL, github.com code spaces. Then you see here active green color. You can click here and then you have a stop code space. So you can only start 2 code space at a time. So yeah, now I have to stop. So I don't need new ones. Now I will start this jubilant lamp. Automatically the GitHub gives a funny name to the code spaces so that you can differentiate between different code spaces and you may open different branches in different code spaces. So I have now another code space open. It is loading. Let me put back my image to the proper place so that so you see here now we have all the files. Let me open the repo. So this is the readme file of the repo. So here most of the stuff which we have seen already. This is about building the Antora site. So here this is the command which you have to run. So there is a default site generator which you have to run. Then you have this scripts which I have created myself because we can automatically update some repo file paths. So basically this scripts, let me take you one by one to all these scripts. So what it does is this is just some color codes for better output. So it will see the current URL. So maybe let me show you all these commands so that you get an idea what it is doing. So here first thing is to the browser, and once you give the permissions to the browser, copy paste works smoothly. That's the only difference between a remote browser and this local browser and remote browser. So this is the remote browser. So I give this command. This is detecting Git repository information. So it detected that this is your repository. So something then there is repo URL. So basically it's detecting your repo URL and then updating the repo URL so that wherever some configuration is there, repository information is updated in configuration files so that the same script works in all the repositories. So that's the purpose of this particular bash script. I have another bash script which is fix edit link. So once we have identified the repo, we have updated the configuration. In some of the content we have to update the path so that this also works smoothly in all the repo. So if you are forking this particular repo, so you don't have to worry about changing all these local repository references. This is convenient, very convenient method, because there are 10-12 places where you have to update the repo path, because there will be different kinds of scripts which will be running. And then we have this dev server. The dev server .sh is all the commands which we will be giving. It will be running them one by one. So basically what it does is there is a file watcher which we will start, so that if some changes you are doing, you can also see it in the website. So this is a complete environment setup which is there for your Antora document site creation. So now coming back, and let's execute all these commands one by one, or go through these commands one by one. So you have npm install, so this will install these particular dependencies. Then we run all these configuration files which I described what it will do. Then once you have done that, then whatever you have defined in YML configuration, you might need to know YAML here, but yes, it is very easy, and once you know the YAML, then you can very easily modify this configuration, and then you will be able to run the site locally. And with the check-in, we also have the site which is available in the GitHub Pages. So let me show you in GitHub Pages how is this site published. So github.io / microprofile tutorial, and this I will be showing from my personal repo, because some of the GitHub actions are not checked in yet. But yes, once these are checked in, then you will have the site. So this is the site which got generated. So as you can see, the theme is applied and everything is as per the theme. We have various chapters. So this is chapter, this is the preface, is the index page where you have some licensing, and then we have about the tutorial, various content, various microservices which we built, and we have the code path, how do we get to the repo, which repo has the code, etc. All these details are there. Then we have various conventions which are used, and then there is the next button here. We can have various versions also, so we can link multiple versions going forward. Then we have here different chapters. So this is on the right side, navigation within your page, and on the right side, on the left side, you have navigation across different chapters. And then there is Lunar search available. So any keyword in this tutorial, you can just type in and it will give you the list of pages where this particular keyword is there. Say for example, I typed here metrics, and then these are the pages or sections where this content, this keyword is appearing, and you can directly navigate to that by clicking on this, right? So yeah, there are various chapters, which is introduction to microprofile. Then we have getting started, this is about the environment setup. Then we have about Jakarta EE core profile. What's the role of Jakarta EE? Because the microprofile standard or specification is based on Jakarta EE, so you have everything here. The foundation, so these first three chapters are about the foundation. Then after this 4 to remaining chapters, I would say till 10, it's all about APIs, and then we will be we are using all the specification, JWT, REST client, all the APIs are covered here. So microprofile open API, this is the chapter. Then configuration. Health, metrics, fault tolerance, telemetry. So you see that this is a very professional site which has got generated through Antora. There are this light mode and dark mode. This download functionality and edit this page will take you to the GitHub repo where you can edit the content of each and every chapter. Definitely, if users won't have the permission, they won't be able to commit directly to the main branch. What they can do is they can create a pull request. So they can change in a separate branch, and then they can create a pull request which could be reviewed, and then after review it can be merged. So this is about how can we build Antora site using how can we build developer documentation or developer portals using Antora framework, which is a static site generator, and you can host it over GitHub Pages. You can set up a custom domain, or you can host it using Netlify. So there are a lot of options. This is same as any static site generator. Once the site or HTML is generated, you can host it anywhere as per your liking. So that's all about building